welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is Soul Trades. Today is June 22, 2026, and today is Monday. This is the trade of the day. So this is the daily time frame, and as you can see, last week we filled this new week opening gap and we made a bullish reaction out of it. So today my goal was to have a continuation day off of EQ of this previous day candle towards this buy side liquidity up here, right? So bias is longs from here. By the way, I also upload all of these in my in my Discord here, my idea, my analysis. So if you guys are interested, let me know and I can open it for you guys too. But currently there is nobody in here. It's closed and I'm the only one who is posting here. But yeah, I put my analysis up there too. So on daily time frame, bias is bullish, right? So let's go to Discord and let's go to 7-hour time frame. On the 7-hour time frame, we retested the first standard deviation of quarterly VWAP and made a sharp rejection off of it, showing fair value is being accepted higher in quarterly time frame too. 1800 tested to standard deviation high. London continuation to previous day high. Now before New York AM, previous day high has been swiped, so keep an eye out for possible rejection before reaching the buy side liquidity. Previous day high also sits at low volume node of previous week and value area high, so a lot of reason for price to just reverse back off of towards first standard deviation high again. Look for a breakout of the range high, slight absorption and return back for shorts. So what do I mean by that, right? Let's go to 7-hour time frame. Let's get rid of all of this for a second. This is the 1800 candle, and you see 1800 candle retested this quarterly standard deviation high. That's the quarterly standard deviation high, and made a sharp rejection off of it. And London showed continuation. That's the Asia session, that's London, that's New York AM, right? New York session basically, and London showed continuation. That would mean fair value is being accepted higher. So if I'm going to target this buy side liquidity up here, this idea supports it, right? Because this showed me that fair value is being accepted higher. So I can target high, even though it kind of reversed now after taking buy side, but I can target until this high, right? So that is the idea on 7-hour time frame. Let's bring everything back. Let's go back to Discord. And on the 2-hour time frame, it seems that recent 2-hour high candle broke monthly standard deviation high with strength, which also aligns with previous high and low volume node of weekly volume profile. This could show initiation towards those buy side liquidity. This could also reject with a possible 2-hour wick, and that would be rejection of monthly standard deviation high, previous day high, weekly low volume node, and all those things. But look for acceptance higher too if the intent is to go towards the buy side liquidity, as higher time frame is still very bullish. So basically what do I mean by that is, if I go to 2-hour time frame, right? This candle, that's the candle that showed initiation towards these highs, right? These highs, even though it didn't take it, but these highs. But so if we were to break this first standard deviation high right here, break towards the upside, then look for continuation towards those high, and your trade would be verified or validated by order flow. But the idea is through auction market theory, what I'm telling is, if we have acceptance higher to 754 right here, this high, then that should be the target, right? So, but if we don't have acceptance right now, see, it seems like we're rejecting, so we might even go towards those lows. So that is the idea, right? So on the 30-minute time frame, we are using first standard deviation high as dynamic support. So as long as that holds, we might be bullish. We also already fill new week opening gap. So just use first standard deviation high as dynamic support. Market open could be volatile and price can retrace up to weekly VWAP. That is fine. Look for discount for support in discount of fair value. And I have all these images, but let's go back to 30-minute time frame right here. So what do I mean by that? Again, let's get rid of these for a second. All right, let's turn that back on, right? As you can see, that is the first standard deviation high of the weekly time frame, and that high, once we broke out towards it, it has been holding as a dynamic support. So my idea is, as long as this holds, it is okay for us to go towards those buy side up here, as long as this holds. And if market open was to come back into the discount of this range towards VWAP or low standard deviation low, that is perfectly fine. But as long as these hold, this is the fair value. As long as it holds, we're okay to target that, right? That is all I mean. So let's bring everything back, right? So let's go to 5-minute time frame now. And on 5-minute time frame, what is going on? Let's see what is going on 5-minute time frame, right? So I have marked all these monthly standard deviation high, weekly standard deviation high, weekly VWAP, weekly standard deviation low, quarterly and yearly, all of that good stuff. and that is the low volume node of the weekly time frame, right? And that is where previously we had rejected from. So my idea is if we were to break it and find fair value up here, then any retracement towards here or towards here or towards this low is valid to take it to the upside. That's the idea. And see, we broke it to the upside. We are building value here. Price retraces to where? Monthly standard deviation high, previous day high, weekly low volume node, and also first standard deviation high of the current session, right? That green one. I don't know if you can see it, but that green one. So if this holds, we're okay to target buy side liquidity up here. And what does market open does? Market open, we kind of make a run towards this weekly low volume node, this purple shaded area, and then we reject it. So my idea was if the first entry I get, I'll take it, and that's the first entry I got, and I'll show you how I got my entry, and I target that, and that's 5-hour trade with 28 point of risk, and what is this, 135 points of target. This was another trade that I was looking for, but I didn't take it. But yeah, it would have been stopped out, to be honest. So glad I didn't take it. So let's go to order flow now. Let's go to Quant Tower and to see how our trade idea would have been verified, right? If first of all, in trading view, my trade comes at around 943. So let's go to footprint chart at around 943. Where is that? That would be 843 in here. Where is it? 843 right here, right? So as you can see, market was coming down. Actually, I can do, right? So as you can see right here, that's 943. This is going to be 843 right here, and market was coming down. This price action is this order flow, and if I can bring this back up, right, this order flow, and what happens right here? There is in this candle, delta is negative 19. Immediately, all the sellers are trapped. All the sellers are trapped, and we have plus 42 delta, and the candle that follows is 1 plus 129 delta, and it closes like that. So that will mean all of the sellers are trapped, and that's where my entry comes, 793 right here, 791, and my stops at the low, that's 28 point, and I target this high, and eventually I wanted to target that, but obviously I got out here, and that's the 5-hour trade. So yeah, that's it. That's the trade of the day. Thank you guys very much. Let me know if you guys need any help, or if any of this is confusing, I can make some videos about it. Thank you.